And a new way to detect COVID would be a major boost to public health. Tonight, we're showing you something that's pretty unique. A company is using jellyfish to help find it in the air. I talked to Dr. Serene Al-Momen, the CEO of Senseware, about how these air sensors work. Let's talk about this with Dr. Serene Al-Momen. We are talking about COVID being airborne. You guys figured this out back in March that it was going to be airborne, and you looked at a couple of things with the air. What was that?
We wanted to see how it's transmitted in indoor spaces and what are the conditions in indoor spaces that will be ripe for it to stay there for longest and become infectious for people as they go into these indoor spaces.
Right, and that's the goal, to keep these indoor spaces as clean as possible. But you guys are using sensors, and you and I talked about three things. One is ventilation. What does that mean about a room?
So you want to make sure that CO2 levels are low, so that means that you are diluting the air, so you're not inhaling that possibly a virus and whatnot that is there. So you really need to look at that type of sensor and data to make sure it's you're reducing the infection.
And also particles and humidity levels. What does that have to do with it?
Yeah, so the particles are important to watch because that tells you how well your filtration is, because you're always having to circulate air, and you can potentially circulate particles that have the virus in it.
And the cool part about all of this, last question, you're doing this with sensors and it has to do with lights and jellyfish kind of lights?
Yes, so we are introducing a new sensor that basically combines the luminescent proteins of a jellyfish and the pathogen-specific antibodies. And so when it comes in contact with the SARS-CoV-2 pathogen, it lights up, and we collect that light and can tell you if there's a positive hit and COVID is in the air or not.
And the whole goal is for commercial use, obviously, because this technology is going to be so expensive. But hopefully this will be one step in the right direction to make sure we can detect COVID. Thank you so much, Dr. Serene Al-Momen with Senseware. Appreciate it.